Welcome everyone. First of all, this is how much we have built. A decent character controller. And today I am going to make camera controller for our game. Without any further delay, let's begin. In previous episode there was a problem with our player controller rotation. And we can fix it easily by changing the move toward method to lerp angle method. This just makes the rotation reset upon reaching 360 degree. And allow the character to continue adding rotation. Now the player rotates correctly. So let's build our camera controller. There are three things we need to achieve for a good camera controller. First is smooth rotation. Second is smooth follow. Third is avoid clipping anywhere. So let's begin with creating the node structure. Create a node 3D which will hold the camera controller script. Then add a spring arm 3D as child. And add a camera 3D as a child. Now set the spring arm 3D in the character head. This blue line is the camera distance. Make sure to change it to your character size. I will set it to 3 meters. This looks perfect. Now let's add some functionality. First, create a script. Name it whatever you want and store it wherever you want. Now first of all delete these functions. We won't use them. Now create some variable for sensitivity, follow speed, and acceleration. You can tweak these variables to fit your satisfaction. I might change them too. Now add a reference for the pivot node. Only the pivot will rotate. Add the unhandled input function in which we will calculate and rotate the pivot. Use input mouse motion to detect mouse motion. As you can see, if we rotate our mouse in the X direction, then we would be rotating the Y-axis of the pivot, and the same goes for moving the mouse in Y-axis. We can use this knowledge to rotate the pivot in the X-axis if the relative mouse motion is in Y-axis multiplied by the sensitivity is greater than 0. Same goes for the other direction. We can now apply the script to the camera mount and run a test. This error occurred due to wrong reference of pivot. Just reset the reference to fix it. Second try now. The camera is not rotating past the small number we calculated. And we can fix it by adding it instead of equating it. Now camera is rotating, and if it seems to be flipped, you can fix it by subtracting instead of adding. Now that we have a working camera controller, we can fine-tune it. First we can make the mouse captured in ready function. Now the mouse does not stick out of the window. The character does not move according to the camera. We can fix it by adding a pivot reference in the player script, and then changing the direction variable on the basis of pivot instead of the player. Now the character moves correctly. We can clamp the rotation on the X-axis to fix the upside down issue. Just put the clamping value and then minimum and maximum value. The rotation is now fixed. Now create another variable, target rotation. We will be using the lerp function to smoothly rotate the pivot instead of stiff rotation. Just replace the pivot rotation to target rotation and then lerp the rotation in the physics function. Now the camera rotates smoothly.
For camera smooth follow to work, we would first need to make the camera mount top level. This option enabled the camera to not inherit the transform of its parent.
As you can see, the camera is not following the player. We can now lerp the global position to the parent's global position. Make sure to create a parent variable to get the player reference. Now the camera is following smoothly.
We can now make the floor bigger for better testing.
To fix this clamping issue, just clamp the target rotation instead of pivot rotation. Now clamping also works perfectly. We have created a AAA style camera controller. I hope you liked today's video. Thank you for watching.